Hey everybody, it's Danny with Green Camps. So I ran out of bathroom cleaning supplies and was going to make up another batch of my simple citrus soft scrub. And I thought I'd also make up some daily shower spray. I thought I'd share with you how to do this. This is a great activity to do. It's really simple. There's a list of supplies that most people have in their houses, like the baking soda. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff here as well. We can see some distilled water, white vinegar, pure Castile soap, hydrogen peroxide, rubbing alcohol, witch oil. Essential oils is a big piece of it. And then I also have just some little spray jars as well as some mason jars here to store some of those things in there after we put them together there. But before I get into that, what came about to put this program together, I presented at the Camp and Maintenance Conference in New York a couple years ago on green cleaning products. So looking at it as a solution to avoid some of the toxic chemicals that we're exposed to. Now we might not go in and change everything out in our houses, especially as we deal with the outbreak of coronavirus and making sure that things are clean and sanitary. There are appropriate times when we need to use the right things to make sure we get the cleaning done. But there are some simple applications. One of the solutions that I've talked with camp folks about is campers usually help clean their cabins and their bathrooms. What a cool activity to bring the campers together to make their own cleaning supplies, to really get into it and feel some pride in what they're putting together, and at the same time educate them about the value of those approaches. So when I did the presentation, we had a slideshow that came up that had some information about it. And I'll share that slideshow. I might actually put a blog entry together to share some of those resources as well as the rest of the recipes for these different green cleaning products there. So one of the things to really hone in on is toxics in cleaning supplies. So there's over 80,000 chemicals found in conventional cleaning supplies and are unregulated by the federal law. So individually, these chemicals are linked to asthma, reproductive harm, infertility, various cancers, and other serious health problems. And we don't even know what the health implications might be when they're used in this combination. So obviously, a lot of negative effects to those toxins. But making sure we understand, again, the importance of making sure things are clean and sanitary. But if you look into some of the essential oils, the characteristics of those can be really powerful cleaning agents and disinfectants as well as replacing things like rubbing alcohol is a good alternative to kill some of those things off. One of the other topics that I thought I'd touch on during the presentation was, is it really worth it to make home cleaning products? And so this talks about the effectiveness of those products, the health benefits, the costs, and the educational opportunities. Again, at Green Camps, we focus a lot on education. So how can we use green actions and modeling sustainability in order to inspire green behavior change? I mentioned earlier about involving campers in the cleaning process and talking to them about the health impacts of these things can really kind of cause green behavior change, or at least let them become more aware of the impact of that. And a lot of times we don't even really yet know the impact health concern wise of using those chemicals. But at any rate, we're going to go ahead and get into making some of these mixes up. So I'm going to start with the simple citrus scrub. Let's see if we can get this going here. It's my little setup here. So I've got all my ingredients ready to go. So the first ingredient, baking soda, again, another household product that most folks have on hand. So this calls for 1 cup. I'm actually going to cut it in half. This was all I had left in my stock here. So I'm going to start with half a cup of baking soda. And I'll just take the recipe and cut it in half. And then 1/4 cup of liquid Castile soap. So we'll cut that in half. So we'll do about half of that. That looks good. All right. And then we're going to do the essential oils. So this is a really fun part. So this recommends lemon, lime, and wild orange. So I've got sweet orange. So we'll put some sweet orange essential oil in there. And so it says total 30 drops. So we'll break it up. And I'm cutting this in half. So we'll do that. And then we also have lemon. And the orange. All right. So now we just need to mix that up. And you know what? I'm just going to get in there and mix it up by hand. And so the baking soda is going to act as a really good cleaning agent to do that scrub. And like I said, I've been using this before, and it does wonders. It's really cool. Oh, and it smells so good as well. So we'll get that mixed up nice and good. And you could probably use like a spatula or something to do this mixing here. Keep it a little cleaner for you. And then voila, I'm just gonna pop my jar open. All right, let's do a little transfer here. So again, I ran a little low on baking soda, but nonetheless, we'll get this going. And this will give me a little stockpile to keep me going for a little bit until I can go up on those items there. And again, these are all good natural ingredients, so no harm there. I'll come and scrape the rest of that out, but here you go. So here we have some citrus scrub. I'll usually use just like an old kitchen rag or sponge to be able to apply that and put it around there. Let me rinse my hands. Oh, it smells so good. All right, so that was in recipe number 1. The next one I'm going to do is a shower spray. So we'll take our spray bottle here. And the recipe for the shower spray is 1.5 cups of water. So distilled water is recommended when making these mixes here. And so we'll go for our 1.5 cup. I've got my trusty funnel here. So just pop that right in there. We'll start with 1 cup. Let's see if I can not make a mess here. And then we need 1/2 cup. Then we have 1 cup of white vinegar. Let's hope this bottle can hold all this. Ooh, that lovely vinegar smell. All right. And then we're gonna add 1/2 cup. So I ran over top here. So what I'm gonna do, just mix these up. Okay, so now I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of the rubbing alcohol. And I'll just throw it in one of them and we'll mix these back and forth. So 1/2 cup of rubbing alcohol. It's good disinfectant. I spilled a little, it's dripping down on my leg. That's okay though, that's the fun part of it, right? Now we've got 1 teaspoon of natural liquid dish soap, not to be confused with Castile soap. You want to use the actual dish soap. So 1 teaspoon. Let's just put that straight in there. Lovely. And then for my favorite part, we have the essential oils, which has that nice smell to it. Essential oils. So it's asking for lime and tea tree oil. So there's a tea tree. And some lime. So we're going to do 15 drops of either of those. 2, 3, 4. And again, it's not an exact science. We're not baking here. So give it that nice smell. That's good for that one. And for the tea tree. Ooh, that smells nice. Cool. There's our tea tree. Oh, that's smelling great. All right. So now we've got those mixed up. And so what I'll do is I'll take these, I'll mix them together, mix them up again. My container was a little too small. I should have planned ahead of that for a little bit more. But again, what a cool opportunity to be able to either sit down with your family and have a fun activity. Again, it can get a little bit messy, but you can make some really eco-friendly cleaners. And I think the financial part is interesting as well. If you look at the cost savings of putting a little work in to make your own, you can really actually save costs of what you would pay in the stores to purchase these different things here. So again, thank you for checking this out. Let me know if you end up making some cleaners, or maybe you're already making cleaners at home. These are just a few of the recipes, and again, I'll share a link afterwards. I'll put some notes together and publish in the blog on the Green Camps website, greencamps.org, to give you access to the slideshow with information that you can share with your campers, with your family, and maybe you can get back and make some of these recipes and let me know how that goes for you. That'd be awesome. Final thing before I wrap up, there's some cool signs. I showed you some of these here. I've shown some of these in the past. My brother owns Sir Speedy Statesville here in Statesville, North Carolina, and signage is a big piece of education. So these are just a couple of the signs that he's put together for us, and we're going to be hosting a webinar next Thursday, the 14th. I have to check it. Let's see. Make sure I get that right. Next Thursday, let me get you that date. Next Thursday, the 16th at 2 p.m. in the afternoon here Eastern Standard Time, we'll be giving a virtual tour of the print shop. The point of the webinar is to discuss the benefits of educational signage. So I think that educational signage is one of the most powerful forms of education because the learner is going to sit in front of the sign and gather the information. They process it on their own and they end up making the decision based on that information they've gathered, as opposed to someone having to lecture or teach them or give them that information. So, another great form of teaching, of sharing information. And after the tour, we'll actually share some of the signage that other camps have put together, and we'll be announcing a sign contest. So we're going to invite folks to submit signs either they've created already and have at their camps or homes, or create some new ones. That's been one of the biggest requests from Green Camps is educational signage that camps can put up at their camps to educate their guests and visitors there. So we'll be announcing that contest and hope you can join us and look forward to sharing more information about that. Hope everyone having a great day, and we'll connect again soon. Bye-bye.